Hi, I'm Kathy Mills from Short Film Edits, and I'm here with Ben L. Cohen for an interview today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Could we start this with you telling us a little bit about you?
Yes, absolutely. Where to begin? I'm currently a Los Angeles-based actor, but I originated, as I say, in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I started out doing musical theater when I was like 7. Was doing that throughout school. I ended up doing musical theater in college. Then I did a little Shakespeare after that. And then I made the move to LA to do more film and TV stuff. And yeah, I mean, I've gotten to do a lot of fun short films. I've done sketch comedy and improv, which is a passion of mine, like Groundlings. And yeah, I'm just doing whatever will have me. But as far as me personally, I have a cat and I'm a Taurus. And I feel like that's all you need to know about me.
They're important. You've got a cat. That's
Yeah.
important.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I love musical theatre.
Yes. No, I still love it. It was one of those things for me that as I was graduating, I was like, this is not a sustainable lifestyle for me. You have to take
Mm.
such good care of like every aspect of your body, your voice, your body, your just all of it. And I'm like, I have too many vices for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what drew you to acting?
Um, Acting has been one of those things, annoyingly, that I've always wanted to do. I say annoyingly because it would be nice to like have wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor at a young age, a job that actually makes consistent money.
Hmm.
But yeah, ever since I was a kid watching Disney movies and like the Disney Channel shows, I remember around the age of 5 to like 7, I would like go out into my backyard after finishing an episode and I would call it my act, or my parents say I called it that. I don't personally remember calling it that, but I would just act out the episode that I just watched and performed that. And yeah, I think it's always been a very freeing experience for me. And yeah, so it's always carried with me. I can't see myself doing anything else, unfortunately. I wish, but yeah.
That's okay. Just focus everything into the one thing and it will get you where you need to go.
Right. And I'd like to do, I mean, I do writing, like I said, I do like improv and sketch comedy. So I do things that are, I guess, acting adjacent, but
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. All the eggs in
Yeah,
one basket, yes, for the most part.
that's not always a bad thing. No.
No.
So, when you're coming into a production, how quickly do you need to lock into your character choices?
Oh, for non-vertical productions, I would say, I mean, even those can have shorter turnarounds, but I normally, I guess like a week before I'll really start locking in and like maybe make a playlist and kind of figure out like the feeling and the vibe, but I don't like to pre-make choices by any means. And that is true for the vertical world as well. It's just a much quicker casting turnaround, especially for a lot of
Mm.
the roles that I play. And yeah, especially for verticals, I really like to improvise um, because I feel like there's a lot of freedom to do that for, again, for the type of roles that I play. So yeah, those are less thought through, not like in the moment they're thought through, but not as
Yeah.
much preparation necessarily. Um, yeah.
Fair. Okay. What's one technical skill you've had to sharpen the most working across so many different sets?
Oh gosh, I mean, time management is that's
Mm.
technical, right? Yeah, time
Mm.
management. I'm still working on it, but yeah, that is one that I need to sharpen. Not even just like getting to set on time, which I do. I'm very timely, but yeah, just the stuff that I have to do outside of sets and like working
Mhm.
on, when I get laundry done and when I do grocery shopping and mapping all of that out. Yeah, it's very, very technical in that regards, especially on multiple sets because you don't know what's going to happen on each set. They're all run differently. So you don't know what you'll actually, some sets, like, okay, I'll have time to like sit around for a bit and do work on A, B, and C. But other sets, like, they just want you up and ready to go right away. And so you don't have time to do your little task that you were saving to do for on set. So yeah, definitely timing is the technical thing that I've had to sharpen the most. And I'm still sharpening. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I'm the same. Time management is not one of the skills I
It's
particularly have.
hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm always jealous of like the Adam Sandler, what is it? Click, click, with he has the
Hmm.
remote that like fast forwards and pauses time. And I'm like, God, I wish
It would be nice.
make
That would
everything
be
easier.
nice. All right. How do you avoid repeating yourself creatively when you're working across so many similar sets?
Yes. It can be hard, I would say sometimes. For instance, if you're playing, guest two or student two or socialite two across, multiple sets, they all have kind of the same quality to them. But I still like to personally make them different, I guess. Sometimes they just naturally blend together um, because they're looking for a set archetype for those type of roles. And so I just kind of channel that. Um, but then on other sets, for more of the horizontal leaning stuff that I've done, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I think you can't focus on how to make them different. You just focus on what the character is in that moment. And in theory, like they're not. None of these characters are the same. Maybe socialite two and guest two are pretty similar, but in general, every character is a little different. Like I've played a couple different types of gay best friends in these verticals, and um, they're not exactly the same by any means. And I think that just naturally comes through when you're preparing and memorizing and just feeling out the vibe.
Yeah. The first one I saw you in, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it was with John Edwards and Ashley Michelle Grant. It was
Yeah, that was
awesome.
my very, very first
That
vertical,
was the
like
first one I
ever.
saw with you. So,
Oh, okay, that would be why. Yeah, that was
yeah.
oh God. Well, it went through many name changes. It was called,
Yes.
I think when I auditioned for it, it was called like Oops, I'm Pregnant, Goodbye, or something like that. And then
Mm.
it was called Waking Up Pregnant. And now I believe it's called um something like Pregnant by My CEO Billionaire Baby Daddy.
Yeah, I think
So
that's the one.
that's
Yeah.
that's on yeah, that's the term. But yeah, that was my very first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
I
it
really
like
enjoyed
beginning
that
of
one. So,
24. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a fun. Love Ashley. She's great. Yeah.
she is. She's fantastic. All right. When you break down a scene, do you work more from objectives and tactics or from emotional instinct?
Um, I think a solid mix of both. I think when I read through it first, I will see how it affects me. So I guess you go in it kind of emotional first. Um, and then you think of the tactics, but I'm big on not drilling them in too harshly because that can lock you in as a performer in a scene because you don't want to do it the exact same way. And when you're preparing it, you don't know how the other actor or actress or whoever is going to be saying their line, and that can completely change the way that you read the line or interpret the line. So I think emotional key and then tactics are also good to have an idea of for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What's your approach to internal versus external acting choices?
Ooh, like in terms of like holding in or
Yeah,
masking
like
or
holding it in
having
or letting it out type stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I mean, especially for on screen, I think internal is really I don't know, I always love when it's a character is clearly hiding something because we are all naturally as human beings hiding something, not even like in a malicious way, just in like
Mm.
in day-to-day life. If someone asks like, how are you? You don't want to go into why you're having like a really crappy morning. You'll just be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm good. I'm fine.
Hmm.
So we're always kind of masking, I guess, is what I like to call it. But yeah, so the internal part, But then it's also fun to play the external characters that are just they don't hold back and they're just like throwing it all out there. So
Mm.
it's fun to do a mix of both. Were you asking how I interpret them differently or
Yeah, so
sorry?
how do you how do you approach them in like a scene?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it's just depends the character.
Mm.
It depends on what they want or how they want it, and who they're talking to. Because a certain character might not hide their intentions around everyone, but around certain people they will. Um, so I approach it just as I would, yeah, approach any, I guess, script when I'm going over it. It's not necessarily something I overly think of. It's something that I just kind of feel out, kind of in the moment. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and I guess if you choose one way and that's not how they want it, they'll just let you know.
Oh
So,
yeah, that too. Like especially for verticals, they vary. Um, yeah, it's very external. They like the external, at
hmm
least for a lot of the roles that I play in the vertical realm. But then there've been some characters that are like a little more on like the devious side, or the like classic um, oh, like I was just being mean to this rich person, but then the actual rich person is here, and I have to pretend that I wasn't being mean to them. It's like okay, yeah,
hmm
classic trope. But so there's like that's more of a it's still an externalized internal moment, but you're still kind of like masking and hiding. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know, um, what's your process for hitting marks naturally without breaking your performance?
In terms of like physical
Mm.
marks. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. That can be tricky. That can be tricky. Especially in the vertical realm because it's very choreographed. So it takes practice. I think I've gotten better at it as I go about it, but you do just kind of have to like that has to be part of your given circumstances is that you're going to be semi-aware of where the mark is as you're going through it. So yeah, I'll make like a character choice to just, some vaguely look at the ground so you kind of know where you're supposed to be standing because yeah, the cameras are so, you know, tiny that you do have to be in these specific spots. And of course they'll like stop you and tell you to move if you're in the wrong spot. Yeah.
Yeah, must be hard, especially like you said, the vertical frame is so much
Yeah.
smaller, especially
Yeah.
when you've got lots of people in the scene as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, it's even harder when you have less people in the scene, but they want to make it look like there's more people in the scene because it's the way they'll like stack the background or the day players behind. You have to stand a certain way so it looks like the room is more full than it might be. Um,
Mm.
and I mean that it's true for all film in general. Like it is more technical in that regards than theater per se, where you just kind of have stage to you have that whole space to kind of you don't have to worry about not being seen. Whereas on camera, if you go to like too far off one way, you will just not be on frame. So it's something you just have to kind of naturally accept. Yeah, it's a technical part that you just have to naturally go with.
Yeah, and with theatre, if you're meant to have 20 people in there, you've got 20 people. But in
Right.
film, you've got like four people, which they're making look like 20 people.
Yeah, exactly. Like this room is clearly full, even though there's only four people here. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, very much so. And you have the
Mm.
space for 20 people on stage. You don't in
You do.
the a vertical, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. How do you decide which words in a line carry the most importance?
Oh, it's a good question. I mean, never from when I was studying Shakespeare, the big thing was never you never get hung up on the oh my God, now I forget what they're called. But like an and or a but or a you and me, and you don't want to do the predictable words. You want to, I guess feel it out emotionally. I mean, these vertical scripts have some wild words in them. So
Mhm.
you sometimes it's like those words are clearly the center of this dialogue. There's no way around that. Um, but yeah, I think Shakespeare helps a lot with that when you're learning the iambic pentameter and like figuring out the beats and because that's dialogue that truly does not make sense. I mean, it makes sense, but you have to really look at it. And when you really look at it, you're like, okay, no, I can't. That's going to be more confusing. And if I'm like you and I and but and when it's like, no, those aren't the words. That's not what they're really talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's yeah. I mean, I noticed even in my interview sometimes I'm saying those little words without even realizing them. They're not what I meant to
Yeah.
be saying in the question, but you just say them.
Right. Yeah, which we naturally do as humans, like
Mm.
1000%. Yeah. So you really have to work against doing that when you're memorizing and when you're actually doing the do, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. When a scene isn't working, what's the first technical adjustment you make?
Um, well, first and foremost, I hope the director will tell me what the
Hmm.
why it isn't working. But yeah, I mean, it can be something as simple as like, personally, if it's not working, I'm like, oh, should I like eat something? Like, should I have like, you have to take care of the human in all, I mean, in every job, every aspect of life, you have to take care of yourself. But especially when you're just standing around on set, you have to remember to drink and eat. And then that can sometimes help explain why a scene or something might feel off for you, emotionally, at least. As far as technically, yeah, I hope the director tells me why it's technically not working because I can't see what's on the camera. I don't know. Yeah.
Hmm. That's helpful, but there are some circumstances where a director has said to me, sometimes they know it's not working, but they can't exactly figure out what it is.
Mm, yes. I can't say that I have personally had that issue, not in like a toot my own horn kind of way by any means, because I overthink literally everything. Um, yeah. I mean, so I guess in that regard, you try something different.
Hmm.
And yeah, maybe the director won't tell you if it's not truly working, but you just give them options.
Yeah.
And if none of the options work, then none of the options work. But yeah, I think that's the collaborative aspect of that where you help each other out. Like, yes, you want the director to give you feedback of what changes you might need to make, but then that's where like the creative improv part of my brain works where I just like, I'm gonna try it this way or say it a little differently or do it like this a bit and hopefully it all falls into place.
Yeah. And sometimes you can give them something that they weren't expecting, and it turns out
Oh,
better than what they wanted.
absolutely. Absolutely. And also with like the other whoever the other actors in the scene are, it can be helpful when it's like a more people in a scene or in a frame, I should say. Um, because you have more to play off of and more to adjust as well. Because it's not just yourself. If everyone slightly adjusts something, that's going to naturally change the entire scene. Hopefully for better or for worse. But that's why
Hopefully.
you try. That's you just
Yep.
you never know. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And just hope that you get it because you don't have many takes to get it right.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that too. When you're doing
mhm.
like the 1,000 pages a day, not 1,000, but yeah,
I know what you
20. Yeah,
mean. Yeah. All right. Um, what's something you're really excited about right now?
just in life or
Mm.
in any aspect.
Mm.
Um,
Well, more work, but anything you want to say.
well, work, yes. Where I'm like, what in life? Because like the Devil Wears Prada too, that's very exciting. I'm not in that, but I would be great in that.
Heartstopper, season 3. Excited.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, love, 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 love that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that show. Yeah. Work wise, I shot a horror film slasher film of sorts. I can't say too much about, but I did that. I'm in San Diego at the end of March, and I think it's going to come out in October. So I'm excited to kind of see how that plays out. I have a couple, um, actually have another horror film that I'm doing at the end of May, which will be fun. Um, and then there is a couple vertical adjacent stuff that I'm excited to do. There's one project specifically that's not, it's not exactly of an authorized vertical, I should say. But I don't know how much I can talk about it yet. But yeah, there's like little things here and there, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Is there anything you want anyone to know about you or your work?
Oh gosh, about me and my work. I think, hmm, I would like them to see my work. I would like them to
Hmm.
see me and my work. Is what I would like them to know. I mean, hopefully they see it when they see the work. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty. I think my work speaks for itself, I would say. But I can do more than also what I have been given, I would say as well. Just in the sense that that's kind of how it works when you're, not a mega star in Hollywood. You have to stick with your type and things. But I've also gotten lucky to do some. I was in like a horror film short called Demon Twink that it hasn't been widely released yet, but I got to be more of like a creature monster type, and that was fun. I love character acting. I like being all the things, and so I guess that's what I want people to know about me is that I can do
Okay.
everything. I'm essentially Meryl Streep, is what I'm trying to say.
So
Obviously,
Meryl Streep. So
yes,
that
yeah,
leads me to my
that's
next question.
yes.
Um, is there anything you want casting directors to see in you that maybe they haven't yet?
Um, oh, that's a good question. Casting directors, not necessarily. The client production side, maybe. Um, but I think just allowing queer people, queer actors to naturally exist in stories without it ever being brought up, without it ever needing to be specified that this person is queer or that person is queer. Yeah, and just letting that be a thing. Because I think it's great that there's so many, yeah, I guess they're being called the boy love, not TikToks, but the verticals. I mean, TikToks too. I think those are great, but even outside of that, like I would love to be like the fabulous villain. Like, why does it always have to be, I can wear a fur coat and heels, it's kind of like, yeah, just having more fun. Because I think, yeah, I think a lot of us can do more than we're being given just because that's how these archetypes work. But yeah, just I think get more experimental is what, yeah.
I
But
agree.
also
I agree.
they've seen me a lot, the casting, like, submitting also. I'm like, they've seen the spectrum, for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said to you before, I've got a list of those verticals, and I may not have all of them, but currently I have 44 boy love
Okay.
verticals that have been made.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen one with the type of, you wearing whatever you want to wear and just being out there and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, like a fabulous or whatever, not even fabulous. It can be whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And
you're okay. You can
44
be
really,
fabulous.
yeah, I thank you. Thank you. Because 44 isn't even that much in the grand scheme of how many
No.
verticals there are. And like boy love verticals, like where are the women loving women verticals? I know that there
Mhm.
have been a few here and there, but like I'd love to see more of that and just more verticals that are just like queer spaces because people clearly watch them and want them. I mean, we saw that with Heated Rivalry and with Heartstopper, and this is media that people will watch. It just has to be created.
Yep. We need more diversity and more
Oh,
representation.
diversity, 1000%. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, I agree. All right.
Mhm.
How do you approach understanding your character's backstory when it's not fully written into the script?
Oh, yeah, it depends the character for sure. But I like to come up with a fun little something. I think that's where it helps with doing improv and like sketch comedy, or where you're writing kind of your own characters or creating your own characters. You kind of just you have fun with it and you create in your mind like what maybe happened that has made them act the way they're acting in this moment. Like what about this has triggered them to act this way, even if it's not in the script and even if it's meant to be incredibly like one dimensional, you still have to have a reason. Especially, I mean, some of these uh, characters are just so awful in these vertical worlds and doing such heinous things, even as just like a an observer or like a guest who's like laughing at the things that are happening. Um, you have to create a story as to um, why they might find like you know those type of things funny, even if they're objectively not funny. Um, and it's not that you personally find a way to think that they're funny, but you're like, okay, why is this character, you know, yeah, yeah. Because there's so many people in the world that are just awful and
Hmm.
evil. So I'm like, and you kind of pull from them as well. Um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Um, what do you think makes a scene unforgettable?
Oh, I mean, I think when everything comes together, um, when it's not just like the actors giving their 100%, but when it's the sound and the directing and the lighting and the camera work, when it all just kind of comes together perfectly, it can be unforgettable. And it's not even necessarily the entire project per se, but a specific scene. Um, and you can kind of feel it, at least as an actor, you can feel it when it's like feels 100% connected. And then after, you hope that it also felt that way for the crew and everyone else who was working on it. Um, but yeah, that's when it's, I think, unforgettable is when everyone is just giving their everything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, what changes would you like to see in the vertical space in the next few years?
I will, as we said, I mean, the
Mm.
diversity, 1000%. Yeah, like diversity, for sure. I think like Candy Jar has started doing that a bit, but I think that's really the only one where I've seen like black leads. I think there needs to be more of that just throughout the scripts and not just tokenized characters. I think the same goes for queer storylines. Yeah, just more diversity across the board. Yeah, more like women loving women's stories and these characters kind of sprinkled in throughout the stories without them just being, I mean, as much as I mean, I love playing a gay best friend, but like the gay best friend can also be the main character, like
Hmm.
they don't have to just be the side character. And that's for more of a personal thing, but as a whole, yeah, 1000% more diversity, more inclusion. Yeah, because everyone deserves to be able to see themselves and to be seen.
I agree. I actually would like to see some more like best friend stories too that doesn't isn't romanticized.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no, I was thinking about that too. Yeah, I want to see less romance. Like, why can't it
Mm.
just be fun, like a girls' trip type of scenario, or yeah, just something completely unrelated to romance. I would love to see more horror, like a
Hmm.
slasher. Um, yeah, yeah, that kind of stuff, where the romance is not the most important thing in the story.
Yeah, I think the hardest part to that is you have to catch them, like catch people's attention without them expecting it to go that way.
Right. Yes.
Mm.
Because the romance is definitely very marketable in the
Yeah.
vertical realm, which is like, sure, like, of course, you see pretty people interacting with pretty people in a romantic way. Like, yeah, well, I want to watch that.
Mm.
But yeah, that would be interesting to like, if it seems that way and then the story takes like a complete turn.
Mm.
Um, I'm curious if, I would be curious if any are bold enough to do that because
Mm.
financially it could be not as successful, but you never know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, a girls' trip, like you said, or even like a guy's vacation, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I meant
anything.
girls' trips in terms of like the girls and the gays and or yeah, or guys'
Yeah.
trips. Yeah. Yeah. Just
Yeah, anything.
anything. Or like a silly, like something more like farcical, maybe like a workplace sitcom
Mm.
vibe, kind of stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully we see that at some point.
Hopefully. Yes.
Yeah. All right. What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from the industry so far?
Um, the most valuable lesson I've learned is that uh, there's truly no such thing as perfection. That is so much easier said than it is to accept. But that is something that I have to keep reminding myself as I move throughout the industry. And also that no one is actually looking for perfection. We are looking for perfection, but the imperfectness of people is what makes them interesting to watch, and that's what makes a scene interesting to watch. It's not everything is precisely mapped out and choreographed. um, so I'd say that for sure, and also time management is a very valuable. Not to bring it back to that, but yeah, it's important to be on time. Yeah.
Yes, no, definitely. Yeah, I both believe that we also put a lot of pressure on ourselves to get things perfect when clearly
Yeah.
like we don't have to, but it's like everything, we all do it.
Yeah, and we live in a very capitalistic world where we
Mm.
never feel like we're doing enough because we're just made
Yeah.
to feel that way. Because how do we decompress? We go on social media, we go on Instagram and TikTok and all these places where we're seeing other people doing things. And then we feel like, oh, well, I'm just sitting here on TikTok. Even if you just filmed however many self tapes, or you just finished a shift
Mm.
somewhere, or you did this or that. It's like you did your work. You're allowed to have time to just decompress, but we're always feeling like we're not doing enough, which
Yeah.
is stressful. And it's something I still bet struggle with. I'm sure we all struggle with it.
Oh, yes. I mean, I feel that like sometimes I feel like I'm doing so much, but then I see someone do something different and, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not doing that, but I'm working
Yeah.
so hard already. So I just got to accept what I do is me, what they do is them, and just accept that.
No, absolutely. Because it's not fair to ourselves to be thinking that when we see that. And it's not fair to the other person either, because
Mm.
we don't, because I'm sure they're also feeling that about themselves when they see you do something. Or it's like, yeah, it's such a catch 22. It's so hard to mentally wrap your head around. But yeah, even if you can remember it every once in a while, I think that's good.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Is there a character you played that you still think about? And if so, what made that character stick with you?
Um, we talking vertical or all?
Anything?
Um,
Anything?
anything? Oh yeah. I mean, I really liked, like I said, the film is called Demon Twink, and I played this kind of, I play a demon. Who the twink is up for interpretation. But I'm like this green demon with long nails and colored eyes, and I just got to be so like deliciously over the top and evil, and that was really fun. And
Mm.
I things might be happening with that project in terms of an expansion. I'm not sure, but that's definitely a character that I like. Okay, I did that. Like I did that, so
Hmm.
I can, like I can do things. I can do hard things, because that was fun. But also, I mean, I still think about like when I played Lord Farquaad in Shrek the Musical in high school. Like I'm like, that's a role that
Love
I
that.
really. It's always like so random the roles that we find ourselves most attached to. And even with verticals, I found that I've had some of the most fun playing these like unnamed characters, that I just really was like, oh, this was fun. Like I did, what was it called? The One That Got Away is what it's called. And it was me and this other actress, Liz, and we just ended up, we were like student one and two, but the director came up to us and he was like, okay, your lines are boring, so I'm going to have you guys sing them. And we're like, oh, okay. Um, and so we ended up doing little chants and singing them and had our own little High School Musical glee moment. And like, that's like a one that I think of. I'm like, okay, that character is really fun. Yeah, so it's just so random which ones we get attached to. Yeah,
Yeah, and
but they're
just goes
all,
to show
I
that
love them
everything
all.
can change on the day. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that was
yeah.
literally first day of shooting on the day, was eating the breakfast. And he was like, yeah. So I'm thinking a chant. I'm like, a chant, cool. Yeah. And so it's, yeah. And I guess it made it in. I was like, when I was like, there's no way they're going to keep that in. And apparently it is in the project. Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah, for sure.
I want to see that now.
Yeah. It has a Meg Bush. Yes,
Oh,
that's the name. Yeah. Yes. She's in like so many of them. But yeah,
I
that's a
love
fun.
Meg.
That's a high school one. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good
Yeah.
one. I think it's on one of the Drama Bucks or Drama Wave. One of
Mhm.
those two. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay. If you could swap roles with any character you played for a day just for fun, who would it be?
Like swap roles with another character.
Like a character you've played for a day.
Oh, like in my day-to-day life, if I could
Mm.
switch roles with a character. Oh. Um, hmm, hmm. I mean, it's nice to be rich. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, especially when we're shooting at these like really nice houses.
Mm.
I'm like, I would love to switch with this character and just like, these are where my friends hang out,
Yeah.
well, like playing those type of student roles where they're like in the really nice house. But also I did the mafia one, kidnapped by the mafia, maybe what it's called. Where I was kind of like the gay best friend type, but you know, very like just like the gay best friend of a girl who's like married to someone who's in the mafia. And I'm like, that would be an interesting thing to like. I've never met
Mm.
the mafia. I would like to meet them. Maybe not
Mm.
actually, but like in theory, yeah, yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Knowing someone's always got your back no matter what.
Yeah. Or that they
Yeah.
might kill you,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Live on
all
the
part of the
wild side.
excitement. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. All right. What is your funniest moment on set?
Oh God. Funniest moment on set. Um, I would say, hmm, I mean the singing in the that vertical was, it was just so because it didn't feel natural whatsoever.
Mm.
And so we were just like cracking up after we were done doing that. Um, because it was just so random. Because no, we were the only characters in that sang, no one else. There was literally like a
Mm.
school play, but we weren't in the school play. We literally were just standing there and singing for no reason. And so that was really funny. Specific, I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's something. They all blur together. Um, yeah, which is funniest. Yeah. I don't know. I guess, yeah, sorry. I'm blanking
Yeah.
on the funniest moment. Maybe the funniest moment has yet to come. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I've got two more questions left. What's a
Yeah.
good day on set for you?
Oh, when there's Diet Coke and when
Mm.
it's a cold, cold Diet Coke. Yes. When it's been in the
Mhm.
fridge or in a cooler and it's crisp. And that's all I need to have a good day on set.
Yeah.
And also, when it's close by, you know, I guess I'm thinking of like perfect day on set, which doesn't exist. So, but yeah, a good day on set. A cold Diet Coke is my perfect day on set, and good vibes. I like when
Hmm.
I like when the people are nice, as we all do. Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody would find this, not everybody would find this as an important question, but with the Diet Coke, is it can or bottle?
Oh, I do
Mm.
love a can. I do love a
Mm.
can. Yeah, and people are like, well, you shouldn't drink it out of the can because the can has like the. I'm like, I don't care. Like it tastes good and it feels more crisp. A bottle
Hmm.
doesn't hit the same. Yeah. doesn't hit the same. So yeah,
Yes.
can all the way.
Yep.
You?
They
Do
have
you have a
they have
preference?
their wins on both. Mine's a bottle because I have kids and doesn't get spilled. So
Okay, that's fair. Okay, yeah,
yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. I guess in terms of transporting a bottle, but like if you're just going to be in one place, like on a set, then can for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. If you could go back and relive a single day of your career, which day would you pick?
Oh, I mean, like, oh yeah, I don't know of all the things. Um, I think probably um again bringing it back to like high school theater, but like one of the first shows I had a lead in is a musical called The Drowsy Chaperone, where you know, in high school you play characters that you would never actually play yet at that age. Like I was playing, it's about like this middle-aged gay man, and mind you, I was like a junior in high school who was not out of the closet playing a middle-aged gay man, but recounting his favorite musical. And I just remember that role and that performing that show was so special. And I did that and I was like, okay, this is what you know, I should be doing. Like I'm doing the right thing. And yeah, I would love to feel that. I would love to relive that feeling of just, you're not judging yourself. You don't have the whole weight of the world and all the little tiny things that you should be critiquing yourself on. And you just like, wow, I did a good job. And you can say that. It's hard, like these
Mhm.
days, it's so hard to just be like, I did a good job because it never feels like you're doing a good job. But yeah, yeah. Not that I don't want to relive high school to clarify, but just that day, just like opening night. Yeah, that,
There's
yeah.
moments. There's moments of high school which you,
Moments.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But high school, no.
No, no, absolutely not. No,
I'd be
no,
surprised
I'm
if I
okay.
could find anybody that would be happy to relive high school.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to be friends with them. I'm like, if you want to just live in high school, like, yeah, maybe not, maybe not. It's good to grow, but
Mm,
yeah, of course, it's only natural to miss certain aspects. Absolutely, but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
reliving all of high school, no, thank you.
No, thank you. No. Stick where we are now, hey?
Yes, yes,
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for having this interview with me today. I appreciate it.
of course. Thank you for sticking with me and all my rambling answers.
Love your rambling answers.
Well, thank you. Good, good.
Yeah.
No, thank you for having me.
Anytime. Well, you have a good day and I'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.